This is John Sterlin, Director of Product Development for ARC Facilities. Today, I want to take a few minutes to walk you through the Construction Projects module of ARC Facilities. Before we do, let's take a moment to talk about why we created this module. Let's look at the basics. In the United States today, about 72% or so of the buildings are about 20 years old, with 1 in 3 being more than 50 years old. Now, take a moment to think about how often you renovate those buildings. A lot, right? Commercial buildings, schools, hospitals, all of these buildings change over time. And as they change, that leads to a challenge with documentation. All that documentation ends up in rooms like these, right? But that's only part of the challenge. Today, these documents, these closeout packages, arrive in different forms. Sometimes paper, but more and more commonly, they're arriving in a digital form. And this is great, but if the rest of your plan room is still in paper, now you've got confusion. When you go to fix something or get ready for the next renovation, now you don't know if the documents you need are on paper or digital or a mix of both. Furthering the challenge even more is the fact that most of the customers we've talked to tell us that it often takes 6 months or more before the facilities team receives these final closeout documents. This means that the facilities team is having to operate the newly completed portion of the building without the correct documents, or they're having to track down the individual O&Ms or other information all on their own. That takes time and it's wasteful and potentially suffering from a safety standpoint as well. So for those of you that have renovations happening, especially if you've got multiple renovations happening at the same time, the Construction Projects module might be a great way for your facilities team to get some visibility into those construction projects and to get a handle on this documentation and to make sure that when the building is ready, so are the documents you need to operate it. So let's take a quick look. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the ARC Facilities app. And now that I'm here inside the app, I'm going to go ahead and open up our Construction Projects module. Now this module actually works as a monthly service. We charge you a small monthly fee, and our team joins your construction documentation team in the process, during the process. And the idea is that during the active construction process, our team is then collecting and organizing this information and making it available on this mobile device. That means your facilities team has access to the information during the construction all the way up through to the handover. And so when that building is handed off, you've got the information right then and there. You don't need to wait for a closeout package. Let's take a look at what that looks like. So here you can see I've got a dashboard of all of the different renovations that are going on in this building right now, right? So we've got, it looks like about 7 different renovation projects happening in the building. I'm gonna take a look at this west tower. So we've got a big project going on, and you can see that when I tap on it, it takes me to a collection of information about it. So what's here? So during that active construction, obviously you've got plans, you've got changing plans, you've got, updates and revisions and so forth coming out. And so obviously we want to keep a copy of those, keep the most current set of those documents here in the system. And again, they're, as with the rest of our facilities, everything is linked and connected so that you can just pinch tap and go to see those documents. But in addition, we also keep other information. So the specifications documents, similarly, those documents are here. And again, they're all linked. So you can just tap to jump to the section that you need and find that information should you need to see it. RFIs are organized and linked on the plans. So here you can see here's an RFI log sheet. And if I tap on one of these RFIs, I can see the details of it. And then it's even clouded and referenced on the actual document. So it's a good way to see what's going on, what the responses to those RFIs are. Our team does also put together this great discrepancy log. And the idea here is as they are going through and QCing those documents and organizing them, they may find things that are not quite right. So you can see some examples here. Here's a detail call out, and that detail that it calls out is actually not in the set. So that gives your team, the construction team, a chance to correct those issues before the final documents are turned over. So as the construction process is going on, all of this information is being organized, it's being cataloged, it's being put into the system, and again, it's being made available on the mobile platform. And again, this is a solution primarily for the facilities team, right? This is more for the facilities team to gain visibility into these construction projects as they're going on. And as we're collecting that data, what we're doing is preparing it so that at the end of that construction project, now we've finished up and it's going to be handed off, all of that documentation is ready for the closeout. And this just basically immediately is converted over into a closeout package. So you've got a nice digital closeout package here. You can see everything's organized into the different categories. All of the documents are linked together. It's easy to find what you need. And so as that facilities team takes responsibility for the building and your occupants start showing up, you've got the O&Ms, you've got the information you need to be able to adjust the air handlers, to adjust the rest of the building, make sure everything is safe and that you're operating as you need to be. So that's a quick tour of the construction projects module. And if you've got any questions or you want to know more, definitely check out our website, arcfacilities.com, or reach out to us directly. Thanks.